How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Shout out to all the subs. Gratitude to anybody new. Welcome along. Subriel Matias returns to the ring this Saturday, November 9th, fighting Roberto Ramirez in his comeback fight. Now, a few interviews in, I'm starting to get the feel that Matias really wants to get back in the mix at 140 pounds, which is great news because, let's be honest, the 140-pound division since his loss to Paro doesn't feel quite the same. I don't know if it's just me, but you know, we could use that passion and that fighting spirit again. So let's get into the video.
Boxing.
Okay, so those drums in the background and that music as well is from a documentary called The Last Taino. I'll leave the link in the description and above here. I recommend you go and watch that. I just wanted to make a bit of music in honor and respect to the actual card. You know, this channel is about boxing, but there's a bit of art and science involved as well. So that was that. And you know, the Tainos, for anybody that doesn't know, the indigenous people of the Caribbean.
Taino people are the indigenous peoples of the Caribbean island area. The traditional homelands of the Taino extended from the Major or Greater Antilles, which includes islands such as Boriquén, which is now known today as Puerto Rico, Esquisqueya and Haiti, which is the Dominican Republic, and Haiti today, Cuba, Jamaica, which is known as Jamaica today, the Bahamas, and even into the southern tip of Florida.
Matias identifies as a Taino.
Los indios taínos, aquí nosotros, versus los indios aztecas, unos guerreros.
And the card itself obviously is Tainos versus Aztecs, so I thought it'd be appropriate to do that. But let's talk about this fight, because I was going to try and cover the whole card, but I'm just going to keep it to this Matias versus Ramirez fight. Now look, Ramirez, he has 3 losses on his record already. He's been stopped twice. I've seen a lot of comments out there. People are wondering, you know, is this the right fight for Matias? Is it a good fight? It's on pay-per-view as well. You know, he's been a little bit quiet, but more recently he has expressed his desire to be back at the top again, which is something I've been waiting to hear, and I love hearing that. I really do, because you know, the 140 division, let's be honest, it hasn't been as exciting since the Paro fight. It's just something weird's happened to it, and it's had a little bit of a void. And it's those exciting fights and that spirit and that passion that Matias brings, hopefully. So the biggest question for me is, will he bring that passion back? Will it be the same fighter from the Duquesne-Vaya fight, or pre-Paro?
Battling not only on even terms, maybe doing a little better. And Matias has Ponce staggered!
Basically, because, you know, something was missing that night from his spirit, whether it was preparation, whether it was just on the night. There was a lot of distractions going on, a lot of weird stuff with Matchroom Boxing. I know he's now left Matchroom Boxing. This is with Fresh Productions. I think it was, they were involved in the beginning anyway, but, you know, I think a lot of us are really, that's the biggest question for me. I don't love the fight, I'll be honest with you. It's okay. I don't always have an issue when you have been in such wars and you've been, you know, fighting your heart out basically, you know, and you can, you know, come back. It's like, what's after this, I guess, is going to be a bigger eye-opener, really. Like, I would love to see him in bigger fights again, but, you know, I don't have a big issue with it either. So, because at the end of the day, you know, if he gets back in the win column, you know, things can be forgotten quickly in boxing, you know, like, so we'll see what happens. But in terms of what kind of a threat Roberto Ramirez brings, well, look, the only footage I could find is when he got stopped against William Zepeda.
And Ramirez is in trouble here, trying to fight back. Oh, he's hurt. Good combination by Zepeda. And it's going to be stopped.
Which was at lightweight, and he's actually fought up as high as about 146, I think. So it's not really like going to be a comprehensive breakdown because there's very little footage of him. But the footage I did see in the Segura fight is like he likes to fight back, which could be his biggest most dangerous thing to do against Matias.
I agree, stealing rounds, but even not even just that, but just keeping the pressure on. Even if he lost the first 2 rounds, he applied some pressure and has continued to build on it, and that can break a guy down like we see right now.
And you see Ramirez kind of leaning in, which is right in the wheelhouse of Zepeda.
Because, you know, where Paro had successes is once he didn't engage in stuff like that. He was very tricky, very cute, and, you know, broke the area, the fine line of the dark arts, right? He got a little bit dirty here and there, but he did some cute things as well, and he fought his heart out. So credit to him. I'm not trying to take nothing away from him. But what he was doing to Matias is there were times where he was pinning his glove, right? Matias had his gloves up there. Paro was pinning it, so Matias couldn't use the glove.
For Jacob Panda Nahari, I think he's an excellent trainer. But yeah, I think he's a little bit too comfortable right now. And I don't think he's seeing what we're seeing.
He was pushing him back.
Meanwhile, Paro will keep rack up scoring points, and I think he's done that.
I think he's an excellent trainer, but yeah, I think he's a little bit too comfortable right now.
So he'd break his base and break his construct, right? And so, like, it was just giving him a little bit of time. He was turning him, which I spoke about in the film study.
Oh, Matias hasn't unleash that power yet, and I think he's...
Did Matias catch Paro there? The crowd seems to think so.
When you hook, this is a southpaw too. Ramirez is orthodox, so it won't be the same. But in the sense that, like, where Paro had his successes, he understood how to shut down the clinches. But Matias didn't really give enough energy in the clinches either. There wasn't that ferocity. He punched way less, and there was something spiritually missing, you know, for me. And so that is going to be the big question: is like, did he just need a rest? You know, let's be honest. Every boxer has a bad performance, you know. Even in the 140, and I spoke about this in that last video I did, it's like you go down the list, and in fact someone in the comments said Jack Catchell hasn't had a bad performance, which in all fairness he actually hasn't, and he's still on that trail, you know. So fair play to Jack Catchell, but you look at the list, Tio, he's had a couple of bad performances against Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. You could say that's a style thing, but it is what it is. Gary Anton Russell, bad performance against, or, you know, he just stylistically just couldn't figure out. Puyo, good fighter. I'm thinking there's probably loads more that I can't. Regis Prograis had a few bad performances, do you know what I mean? Devin Haney had that's a bit of a blemish on that one. But yeah, then you look at the list, it's like a lot of fighters have bad nights, you know. It's how you come back is what the fans really want to see, and what the boxing fans want to see, especially out of someone so ferocious. But with Ramirez, one thing I noticed is he likes to fight back, right? As I said, and that is probably going to be his downfall. He's very rangy, he's long, he's got a little bit of power, he's got a decent knockout ratio, but he has been, you know, knocking guys out. But he's got like a nice looping uppercut to the belly, which is against the southpaw. So again, I'm formulating this just based off of the Zepeda fight, which is, you know, kind of hard. But he looks a little wiry sometimes. He loses his shape, and he likes to fight. And if you're gonna talk about fighting against Matias, going toe to toe, and you know, not being smart, not doing the little cute things that Paro was able to do, not shutting the clinches down, not pinning or framing or turning him, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble early. But you know, again, that fight was from 2020. I made a mistake of getting the Tim Tszyu Bakram Matsalayev fight, where I think a lot of boxing fans did. We looked at his last fight, which in all fairness, he was actually, you know, during Ramadan. So he even admitted he was just completely exhausted, and he's a different fighter. So I can't say that I can just take this from that Zepeda fight and that's going to happen. You know, it's like, yeah, I learned a lot from that pick. But at the same time, he does have that DNA where he likes to rumble a little bit, which is going to be a massive downfall, because that's Matias's bread and butter, fighting, you know, fighting up close. Like if it's a one-on-one and you put two people in, you know, a gladiator situation, Matias is coming out. I don't care who it is, unless they're massive guys, you know what I mean? But that's what he does. He fights. You can outmaneuver him and outthink him and outcute him or whatever, but like you can't outfight him, and that's what Ramirez will probably end up doing, and it will probably cost him. You know, I can see this fight probably. I would, if I'm gonna pick, you know, I would say Matias between 5 and 7 or 6 and 8. Can't see it going past 7 or 8 rounds. So we'll see. Let me know your thoughts. You know, it's not the most comprehensive breakdown because as I said, I don't have any footage. and Matias coming back and being quiet. We don't really know how I thought he was looking in great shape and going to be a beast in the ring against Paro, but you never know what's going on behind the scenes. He does sound confident, I'll be honest with you. He does sound like he's in that place again. Maybe he just needed a little break. Who knows? Anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in, especially up to now. Thank you very much. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe if you are new. And I've got Latino night card. I'll do a full breakdown of that whole card. And also, I was in the gym with my brother, Cuba Morgado, who I did an interview with him. He's a fighter. Gleason's gym. He's got a fight in a couple of weeks, actually.
It's just a growing process. So like every fight, I'm just getting better and better and better. And if you watch my growth, you would just be like, wow, like, unbelievable. Like, this young man is really doing his thing. Thank you. And I'm doing it all through Dawn. You know? I'm doing it all through Dawn and God. So just tune in. You don't want to miss it. It's growth.
Right up.
Boxing.
A few weeks in December. 2 in December, 1 in January 2. I did an interview with him. Go check that out if you're interested in the local New York scene, or, you know, even the broader scene, because, you know, he's a real good dude. One to watch out for. Anyway, that's it from me. Have a great day. Thank you. Peace, love. I'm out.
Boxing.